been studying this book for over 30 years, deeply, in the Greek, in the Hebrew, in English, just over and over. Try to read through this book at least once a year, because I want to know the truth. I don't want to be deceived. I don't want to count on someone else telling me what it says. And I could be wrong, I'm a human being, but I'm just saying, man, best I can understand this book and what Jesus says about following him. Here's what I am most concerned about, to put it as plainly as I can. I am deeply concerned that even though you are sitting in a church building, that some of you one day will go to hell to be tormented day and night forever and ever. And by the time you figure it out, it'll be too late. That's my biggest concern. Look, I have a couple of fears. One fear is I don't want anyone thinking they're going to heaven if they're not. That's horrible. And the most loving thing is not to just let people go and not offend them and wait till they figure it out at the end. But I also have another fear, man. I don't want people who know Jesus to feel like they don't and be worried about it. And how to walk that tension and go, God, I don't want to just get everyone worried about their salvation. At the same time, I don't want everyone just to assume that they're saved. And so you just go, I don't know how to differentiate the two. I just try to get away from myself as much as I can and just read the words of Scripture and let it happen. But I tell you, that's what, if I'm completely honest right now, that's what I care about. I know some of you guys are struggling in your marriages, and I care, but not as much as I care about this. Some of you are struggling with sickness, and I care, but not as much as this. Some of you are dealing with racial tension. Some of you are dealing with the loss of a job, and I care, but not nearly as much as I care about this, because this is forever, okay? This is forever. We're all going to stand before this God. And he's going to say one of two things for you, and it lasts forever. Forever. Either well done, good and faithful servant. Man, come over here. Man, you're my son. You're my daughter. Get over here forever and ever. Or depart from me. I never knew you. I mean, one of the passages that caused me to get into Christian ministry was when I read Matthew 7, verse 21, where Jesus says, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Only he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. And right before he was talking about, man, you can tell the good tree by the good fruit. Because not everyone who just says to me, Lord, Lord. And as I read that passage, it's showing me, it says in the last day, many are going to come to him and say, Lord, Lord, didn't I prophesy in your name? Didn't I do this? Didn't I do that? And it says, and he will say, depart from me, I never knew you. And so clearly in that passage, there are people who are deceived. It seems from the language that they're going to get to the end and go, well, wait a second, I thought for sure I was getting, what are you talking about? I did this, I taught Sunday school. I hardly ever missed a day of church. I was raised in the church. They told me, just come forward, pray a prayer. Man, I did that prayer. Well, what's going on here? There are many people who will think, but they're going to be deceived. That terrifies me. That scares me. And so if you want to know what I care about and what I see in Scripture, it's these passages where I go, man, I'm concerned. What's a loving thing to do? Just kind of go, oh, let me give you a happy sermon today and let's all go feel better because life is tough. No, I think about the end. Look, life is a vapor. You're here 1 second and then you're gone. And so I just prayed. I go, God, if I were honest, loving, unafraid of what anyone thought, what would I say? I would go to some of these passages. I would go to the scripture because I'm afraid that someone lied to you and you didn't take the time to study this book for yourself, so you don't even know. I'm afraid someone told you that there's no hell anymore. That's really popular. Man, when's the last time you even heard the word hell from a pulpit? Even in church. Why? Because someone's been lying to you. They're saying, how can a loving God punish? How could a loving God torture?